A year ago, we bought this villa in the very south of Italy to try and make it into our new home. We moved with everything we had to our name, mainly our 4 kids. We didn't move to one of the small dying cities with tax relief, or didn't buy ruins for €1. 220,000 listed, we got it for 180. We just the real people with their real life story. But let's start from the beginning. The story started in Norway 2 years ago, with the birth of our fourth boy. I wanted to spend parental leave in a sunny place after being in rainy Oslo for 10 years, and we took off to Spain for a year to live in a Norwegian village on Costa Blanca coast. We had a rental for 10 months. Kids were going to international school and kindergarten. Me and my new little friend was enjoying the sun and the sea, and everything was perfect. Until we were faced with decision again. Do we stay in Spain? Do we move back to Norway? Or do we move somewhere else? After careful consideration, we decided that it's now or never. We need to buy our own place. Only one thing was standing in the way: budget. Since we inherited only power of will and unlimited optimism, we didn't have so many options to consider. We weighted in all options of passports, work, kids, lifestyle, and deciding between 4 countries, we stopped at Italy. Alessandro has 2 passports, as do I. He's German and Italian, with my Norwegian and Russian, and we decided that Italy will be the best option for the next years. I started to read about house market in general and saw that house prices were still good in Puglia, but tendency was that market was growing. And prices are rising with each year because more internationals looking to buy property in South Italy. And a year later is still the same. As I said before, our budget was tight, and with 4 kids we needed something to move in ready or with minor cosmetic renovations. We are both very handy with electricity, plumbing, painting, so everything that doesn't involve heavy machinery. From January 2025, we scrolled the Idealista page non-stop. We were sending messages to the house listings we liked and got answers from about half of them. In February 2025, my husband flew over from Spain. Most houses we saw had serious mold or structural problems and were not livable. We almost gave up until this gem popped up on FaceTime. I knew instantly it was the one, full of sunlight, freshly renovated, ready for us to move in. So, what did 180,000 got us? 85 square meters main floor with 4 rooms, 1 kitchen and 1 bathroom. The house was a bit smaller than we wanted, so we currently don't have a living room. All 3 rooms made as bedrooms. But we are not getting upset, because the star of this house, this 40 square meters roof terrace, will be turned into a big open living room with an extra bathroom. Bonus of this house is that the owners had fresh insurance renovations after an electrical fire. Clean, solid and ready to move in. And the basement, another 85 square meters with 3 rooms, laundry room and a bathroom. So some additions weren't fully regulated, for example, a bathroom downstairs and septic tank. So that meant no Italian bank loans, and owners could sell only to cash buyers or people with the loan from abroad like us.
We offered 180,000, 40,000 under the asking price, and they accepted the next day.
Once the offer was accepted, we had to move fast. First, we created a PEC. This is a certified electronic mail, basically the Italian version of a registered letter with receipt. We sent the official offer with a 10,000 deposit. Next came the Codice Fiscale, is the Italian tax code. This one you need for everything in Italy. My husband got his easily through the embassy because of his citizenship. But even without Italian roots, you can request it at the embassy or right here in Italy at the local municipality once you are renting or buying. The notary day was intense. Both sides had to be present, plus a translator, because none of us spoke fluent Italian yet. And they read every page out loud, first in Italian and then in English, so it took over an hour. We had to pay with checks, so we had 3 checks prepared to give to the owners once we signed the deal and get the keys. I know that you can also transfer money, but only if it comes to the seller instantly. Total extra cost on top of the 180,000 came to about 10,288 euros. 2% registration tax as first home, 3% plus VAT to the realtor, and 800 euros for the translator.
We had a local realtor called Giuseppe. He spoke only Italian, but still was a lifesaver. He helped us set up electricity, garbage collection, and even postal address. Like, he literally booked appointments and went with my husband everywhere.
End of May 2025. We packed light, just clothes, kid stuff and electronics, and drove the trailer from Spain for the second time. But the hardest part in that moment was to leave some of the stuff behind, because no matter how we packed, we couldn't fit all of our things back into that trailer again. But now, half of that things just get dusty in the garage. The trip took us 2 days. First 5 hours drive, then boat from Barcelona to Rome to just make our life easier, and 8 hours drive again. And we finally arrived. Our house was dusty and empty. We hurried up to clothing stores and managed to get ourselves mattress toppers to sleep on, blankets, couple of glasses and plates, and a water cooker to cook water for baby formula. We were super lucky to have one electricity socket in the bathroom that didn't need an adapter for kettle. We put up baby bed, I washed the floors, and that was our first night in our house. And I never slept better. The next day, after those delicious loaded with cream cornettos, we headed on the next trip to IKEA in Bari to get beds for kids, dining table with chairs, and a proper mattress for ourselves.
After a week, we started the residency process, and since we all have European citizenship, it was quite easy process. We had 2 trips to municipality for tax codes and fingerprints, plus a police check to our house to confirm that we're really living there. It took about 2 months to get all papers done. Then I enrolled kids to public school and kindergarten. The public education here is free, we just need to pay the school bus for the older kids. The teachers here are super nice. I see that kids feel safe, and in general, local people here are incredibly helpful.
The favorite saying of Mondurian people is piano piano, little by little, and that is pretty much sums up life here. We don't have illusions that we will be able to renovate this house to our taste and wishes fast. It is a lot of work, a lot of effort we need to put in. And the one thing for sure is that often the process is much more satisfying than the result, We are just happy if we can give second life to this house and make it modern, comfortable and beautiful.
In the next video we will show you exactly how we fixed unregulated parts and the full cost of upgrades so far. At least that's the plan. So subscribe, tell us what you think in comments, and we will continue the process.